watched NAP. What was going through your mind? How amazed were you to see your roadster up there with Starman, just cruising along with the blue planet? And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake. And you know, the colors all look kind of weird in space. There's no atmospheric occlusion. You know, like everything looks too crisp. But we didn't really test any of those materials for, you know, is it space hardened or whatever, you know. So it just has the same seats that like a normal car has. It's just literally a normal car in space.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Drew. Checking out that Drew World Order live. That was our boy Elon. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Musk. I wanted to go over this guy today, some of the stuff I've been looking into about him lately. Mr. Elon Musk. Elon Reeve Musk, so he's got the middle name like Superman. Christopher Reeve. And don't forget, his full name is Elon Musk, FRS. That's similar to like a knighted status that he has from the Fellow of Royal Society. In London, it's over a 350-year-old organization. It's awarded for contributions to the improvement of natural knowledge. You see here, Isaac Newton is one of the guys that got that title before. Stephen Hawking. These are the guys. Elon's our modern Isaac Newton and everything like that. So let's get into it, man. Shout out to the chat. I'm gonna kind of be ignoring the chat a little bit tonight because I want to just keep focused on this. So, you know, I'm not ignoring you. I promise I'll try to check in from time to time on the chat. But thanks to everyone that made it here tonight, or if you're watching it later, hit the thumbs up, man. So lately I've been kind of looking at the similarities between Elon Musk, as we're getting into his 50th birthday is on June 28th. I've seen some of these things in the narrative, in the story, where you understand this guy is an actor on the world stage, and some of the character resonances they put on this character. And so the one I've been looking at for a little bit into this guy, and I think it's pretty accurate, is this Aztec mythology character. I call it Exolotl. I know that's not how you say it. I think it's pronounced Cholotl. But Cholotl, it's basically the inversion of Quetzalcoatl. If you've heard of Quetzalcoatl, and I have an idea of who I think Quetzalcoatl is on the world stage today too. But Cholotl or Exolotl, whatever, it's the god of twilight and twins, lord of monsters, misfortune, sickness, and deformities. And it's represented here by this dog. Evil twin of Quetzalcoatl, it says. And the same way it's like Jesus and Lucifer, like Quetzalcoatl is the evening, Venus, the morning star, I'm sorry. And Cholotl is Venus as the evening star, and associated with the heavenly fire, it says. So I kind of got into this one a little bit when I noticed Elon Musk has, an obsession with X. Fascination, it says here. What's his fascination with the letter X? He has SpaceX. He has the Tesla X. And he started his career, or one of his first things he did was called X.com. Now, he just bought this back a few years ago. X.com was kind of some online banking or something. And it later became PayPal, right? And then they never used that domain, X.com. So Elon bought it back in 2017. Now, he hasn't used it yet, maybe he never will, but they want the X associated with this guy, the symbol of the X. Real quick, let me just blast through this article real quick. Musk owned it, X.com. It served as a home for his financial services startup that was eventually rolled up with another company called Confinity in a deal that would be rebranded as PayPal in 2001. Confinity, like an infinite cons. So Elon, he's rich enough, he bought it back. High-level domain, the .com. It's old. The older the domain name is, the more value it holds. And it's only one letter. So it says, single-letter domains are valuable, and X is obviously the coolest, most versatile letter in the alphabet. So it wouldn't be surprising if the sale price was well above $5 million. That kind of price tag would put it well within the most expensive domain names Hall of Fame. Though we'll have to wait for future filings to reveal the specifics. But yeah, it goes with his SpaceX and Tesla Model X branding. So a lifetime actor on the world stage that they associate with the letter X. And that's kind of what started me on this rabbit hole of looking into this. And I've looked into this guy with other characters too. I think these anthropomorphized characters that you see, some people call them gods or whatever. I think these things are just archetypes of different energies, right? Like that says this has got twilight, monsters, misfortune, sickness, and deformities, like that type of energy. And then they give it a face and a name and everything, anthropomorphize it. So I don't think it means like it was an actual alien or it's an entity or anything like that. I think it's just a series of energies. And the reason they put it on this guy, or any of them that they put on any character, it's to resonate them with those energies, right? It's kind of like a horoscope type thing, right? Like Aries or something. Just different sets of those energies. And obviously they named them, or they put the Tesla on them, Tesla cars, to associate him with Nikola Tesla. So they want you to believe this is the smartest man alive today, like Tesla of his time. Great inventor and everything like that. But as you see here too, like he's personified with fire and lightning, right? So Elon, this Cholotl dude. So Elon has the lightning, he has the electric cars, and the fire, he has the rockets, the vertical landing and takeoff rockets. What do they just shoot the rocket off, right, and then play it in reverse, and then everyone thinks it landed? Is that how they do it? I haven't looked too deep into it, but and it says this dude Cholotl, he lives in the underworld. And where's Elon from? South Africa, right? Almost as far south as you can get on the modern map as you look at it today. Shout out to the chat, man. Let me keep going. So when I read about this, like God of Twins, monsters, misfortune, sickness, and deformities, I started looking into Elon Musk's family. I've heard he dates that Grimes, and they had that kid with the weird name, right? That's really all I've ever heard. So I didn't know anything about his past. So that's what I thought would make this an interesting stream to kind of go into this, because I never heard of it. Maybe you guys have, but I like to think if I've never heard of it, a lot of other people probably have never heard of it, because I've just looked into so much stuff. But also here, did you know Elon Musk has twins and triplets and a baby boy with Grimes? So you have, again, another resonator here with this god of twins, lord of monsters, misfortune, sickness, and deformities. Make this bigger here. That's Elon and Grimes. It says billionaire Elon Musk has 6 children to look after. So 6 is also like the letter X, right? Like Fox, F-O-X. Those are all 3 of those letters are 6 in numerology. So he has 6 children that he takes care of still. It says last year, the 49-year-old tech pioneer and his girlfriend Grimes welcomed a baby boy. And I think they put the I don't know much about the Grimes character, but I think it's just the name Grimes. And when you hear this guy here, Cholotl, Lord of Monsters, Misfortunes, Sickness, and Deformities, I think that's might be the reason why. I'm sure there's more reasons than that, but just the name Grime, it kind of adds some griminess to him, to get him to resonate with that character more. So he got married in 2000. His first wife was an author, Canadian author. They had a child called Nevada Alexander Musk. Now, of course, they're putting all kinds of space symbology on this dude, right? SpaceX and obviously everything else that goes with that. And then, so his first child was named Nevada, like where Area 51 is. Brian Williamson, thanks for that. I appreciate it. And Obadiah again, I appreciate you, brother. It says 2 years later, the pair would welcome their first child. He got married in 2000. Then 2 years later, they got their first child, Nevada Alexander Musk. However, he would tragically pass away at just 10 weeks old of sudden infant death syndrome. So you got a couple of things here. You got the, in Roman numerals, X is 10. So this baby made it to 10 years old and then died of the sudden infant death syndrome. Another thing here, that this guy is Cholotl, the god of misfortune and sickness and deformities. Griffin and Xavier Musk. So you got, isn't a griffin like one of those winged things? Is that Griffith? Isn't that called a Griffith or something? Griffin or Griffith? A griffin is this thing. Okay, yeah, mythical creature. A bird type creature. It's like back legs of a lion, head and wings of an eagle. So the child's name is Griffin. And Xavier, so another X. This dude's the X-Man. They had the twins in 2004. Although very little is known about the boys, now 17, they were reportedly conceived through in vitro fertilization, according to The Sun. Musk shares custodies of the twins with Wilson. And then you have, then he has triplets after that. And the triplets are named Kai, Saxon, there's another X in there, and Damien. After losing their firstborn and welcoming twin boys 2 years later, Musk and Wilson were blessed with triplets, Kai Saxon and Damien Musk, in 2006. The triplets were also conceived through in vitro fertilization technology, and their custody was shared between the two parents after their 2008 divorce. It says they are now healthy 15-year-olds. Musk is known to keep his life with his sons private from the outside world. In one previous interview, Wilson said, "Almost all my non-waking hours are spent with my boys. They are the love of my life." Now, I like to call this guy Auntie Elon. Look at him. Looks like somebody's auntie. And then the new baby, of course, another X here. You have, I heard him say it on Joe Rogan. He calls it X, and then this next part, they say it's, I don't even remember what he said. I can't remember what it said. It was something that was not that at all. Shay or something. I can't remember what it is. But so another X, though, with this dude. All kinds of the letter X. And where did he just moved? Where? Texas, right? Another X. They stack the X's up on this dude. There it is. He was first baby born with face tattoos. He's a born SoundCloud rapper. It says he's been dating Grimes since 2018. The SpaceX founder opened up about his girlfriend, real name Claire Boucher. He said, "She's pretty special. She's 32 years old. I wonder when she turns 33. Let's look it up. March 17th. So she is 33 now then, is that right? Yeah, she's 33 now. In March, she just turned 33, and we're going into Elon Musk's. He will be 50 on the 28th of this month. So that's interesting that she's 33. And I'll show you why the 50 has to do with it coming up too. Elsewhere in the interview, Musk urged people to have children. I think babies are super cool, and really people need to have more babies because it sounds obvious, but if people don't have enough babies, humanity will disappear. Here he is in Starbase, Texas, on to Elon, Grimes, and this X kid. This kid hasn't wiped his own ass yet, and he's already worth more than all of us combined. Every single person in this live stream right now, this kid will accomplish more than all of us combined. It says after Musk and Wilson divorced, he married English actress Tulaya Riley in 2018 and remarried her in 2013 following a brief divorce in 2012. They divorced again in October 2016 for good. Hollywood actress Amber Heard, who had a sensational fallout with fellow star Johnny Depp, was also an on and off relationship with Musk. I've never even heard of this person. Amber Heard. Yeah, I don't know who this person is. Aquaman 2. Never saw Aquaman 1. Damn, Johnny Depp is looking rough these days. Look at him. Dang. So that was a little bit about his family, but there's definitely more. I didn't know he had all these kids. So if you think about it, he has 6 kids now, and 1 passed away. And so that's 7 children he's actually had. Here's another article here. How did Elon Musk's son, Nevada, die? This was right before he went on Saturday Night Live. They were talking about it. It said reportedly, he doesn't talk about it. Reportedly, Musk had called his wife's grieving the death of her son emotionally manipulative, according to Justin Wilson. The SpaceX chief has also made it clear he didn't want to discuss his son Nevada's death. I don't know why it says it twice. Little baby Nevada died when he was just 10 weeks old, suffering from sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS. I wonder if it's got anything to do with the needle, man. Man, speaking of the needle, it's 6:11. I should pull up the live stream of the Space Needle, man. We can check back on it. Tesla, or Musk here says babies are super cool during an interview with the New York Times, and went on to encourage people to have more babies. So he doesn't talk about why his son died, his first son, Nevada. And then that X baby was born on 5/5. That's the birthday of that baby. And then he went on Saturday Night Live. Did you guys see? I didn't know that until I was like researching this more and more. I don't know if you guys watch Saturday Night Live, but apparently he came out of the Asperger closet on Saturday Night Live. So there's another like misfortune thing where this character Cholotl, misfortune, sickness, and deformities. I definitely can't play it. I'll definitely get a copyright strike if I tried to play some Saturday Night Live on here. But yeah, right here, Musk reveals he has Asperger's on Saturday Night Live. So they want you to think all the stories about this guy. If you have a child on the spectrum, you can think, oh, my kid can be the next Elon Musk. The 49-year-old told viewers he was the first person with Asperger's to host the long-time running program. People with Asperger's interpret the environment around them differently to other people. It's the first time Mr. Musk has spoken about this condition. And then so online you got all these guys that are like, oh, I'm on the spectrum too, or I have Asperger's too. And then now they really look up to this guy. Right? And this is the Cholotl dude. They call him here the soul guide for the dead. Well, who's the dead? These are for the living, right? These are like horoscope type energies that are attributed to the living. So the soul guide for the dead means like the walking dead to me. That's my interpretation of it. So Elon Musk is the soul guide for these people, the walking dead that believe they're just gonna, they can just fly to Mars. So they'll have no problem flying everyone to Mars and terraforming Mars and getting everything the way they want, right? But they can't do it here on Earth. And those people are the dead, the people that are just lost, man, lost in the sauce. Let me start closing these links out. I'm getting confused here already. Did that one. It says he's a centi billionaire. What does that mean? 100 billion? A centi billionaire. And yeah, they obviously put all the space and everything on him. Space symbology and stuff. And this Grimes now, his wife, she's when I just pulled her name up, I don't know anything about this stuff, but Grimes, preparing for her life on Mars with Elon, probably appears as an alien in Doja Cat's new video. So she's already playing the role of the alien, 33-year-old alien. Doja Cat. What's crazy is they show you these as these are like aliens, right? This is how people look when you go out today, man. They're dressed like this. That's how they actually look. I did want to see I think Grimes, what is her birthday real quick? Let me check on this. Oh yeah, that's right. March 17th is her birthday. She's from British Columbia. Or Vancouver, I guess. Vancouver. Okay, so you got this dude here, and this is like the dog-headed god, right? This Cholotl, Exolotl. I'm just gonna say that because that's how I always say it. Sinister god of monstrosities, who wears spirally twisted wind jewel and the ear ornaments of Quetzalcoatl. His job was to protect the sun from the dangers of the underworld. So you got the dog, this Aztec myth here of the dog god is analogous to Anubis with the dog head and everything like that. This guy's like, yeah, the god of the dead, Anubis. The same type of archetype character or energies that you have. And then when I typed in Elon Musk Anubis just to see if there was anything like that. And right here on Reddit, Elon Musk as Anubis, Sean Parker, let me click and see what it says. Sean Parker in the Ghostbusters suit and Elon's wife as Alice in Wonderland. Well, this was 5 years ago. But still, so he knows what's up, and he knows this is part of his, well, it's not. Trying to find the pictures down or something. That's small, but that's all I can find there. So supposedly that's Elon there in the Anubis costume. So he definitely knows it. He's there, and that's why Elon Musk is associated with Dogecoin, right? There's been a lot of talk about Elon and Dogecoin because Doge is the dog, and it's like a joke coin, but it doesn't matter because they gotta associate this guy with dogs and X. I mean, they don't have to, but they want to. So that's why he's associated with that, with the Dogecoin. And then when you look into it, it says this was inspired by the famous meme that was the face of the Japanese dog breed named Shiba Inu. Elon Musk wants to adopt a Shiba Inu puppy. And Shiba Inu, that's an anagram. Anubis is in there. So more dog and Anubis symbology surrounding Elon Musk. Shout out to the chat, man. I see we got over 100 people in the chat. hit the thumbs up for me. If you guys haven't, man, go to the backup channel on YouTube. If you just type in Get Chalked Up, that's the backup channel. If you guys can help me get to 1,000 subscribers on this backup channel, we're almost there. Then I can do I want to do more IRL live streams on the backup channel, but you can't stream from your phone until you have 1,000 subscribers, I think. So make sure you subscribe to the backup channel, and I'll drop some exclusive stuff on there soon. I've been pretty busy. I've been kind of neglecting it lately, but I'll get something on there soon, I promise, on that backup channel. And don't forget, if you go to chalkbodyoutline.com, that's where all my links are at. And if you click the top tab there, you can go grab some merch if you want to support the channel. Or you can become a member of the channel on the YouTube. Click the join button. Members get the $2 level, you get the custom emojis, and then if you join for the $5 level a month, all the prepared videos, you get them a day early. All right, there's my shilling. So let me just keep going here. Elon, the dog god here. Resonating it with him hard, but why? Sorry, I gotta shut down all these here. Oh, this was yeah, I'll go into that later. Hold on. Here was another thing I saw. I didn't know what this was. If you guys know what this is, maybe this is... I don't know if they're trying to say this is actually Elon or it looks like him. But when I just typed in Elon and Anubis, I think this is from the movie Stargate or the TV show or something. I'm not sure. But it says Elon is actually whatever, gold. I don't know what this even is, but if you know what this show is, maybe this is funny or something. I don't know. Okay. Let me keep going on Elon, and then we'll get into his family. I got a little bit on his family too here. Yeah, he's an Aspie, supposedly. When you get into I have this book actually, the Serious Mystery. So here's where the number 50 comes in, and why his 50th birthday coming up, I feel like will be important, or the time shortly after his 50th birthday. I'll explain why. So there is that tribe called the Dogon. You guys probably have heard of this. There's this Robert Temple book, The Serious Mystery, and there's a tribe in Africa that supposedly never contacted civilizations, but they knew about the binary star. They knew Sirius is a binary star system, and Sirius is the dog star. So that's the connection here, and the connection to the Cholotl or Anubis archetype. When you look at with the naked eye, you're just going to see one star of Sirius, but science will tell you there's actually two stars, and they will tell you that they have a 50-year orbit. Yeah, they orbit each other every 50 years. They call it Sirius A and Sirius B. Canis Majoris, the dog stars. They orbit every 50 years. That's why I feel like they're hyping this guy up as it leads into his 50th birthday to another note, so to speak, of him resonating with the dog star Sirius. And if you look at where am I here? The Dogon tribe. This is the helical rising of Sirius. Dogon drawing of Sirius and the sun joined together at that moment, which is an X. So everything, you're wondering why this guy is associated with the letter X, because the Dogon, or ancient, whatever you call this, petroglyph. I don't think that's the right word, but the symbol is the X, though, from that civilization. And in that book, Serious Mystery, they do have that tribe has an unproven claim. It says that there's actually a Sirius C, a third star that no one can see. And it says, as of right now, science doesn't recognize that. let me just read this quick. One unproven aspect of the reported Dogon knowledge of the Sirius system is the assertion that the Dogon knew of another star in Sirius system, Emma Ya, or larger than Sirius B, but lighter and dim in magnitude. A dynamical study published in 1995 published on anomalous perturbation of Sirius B, suggestive of the star being gravitationally influenced by another body, concluded that the presence of a third star orbiting Sirius could not be ruled out. An apparent third star observed in the 20s is now confirmed as a background object, something previously suggested in 2007. It says these people looked into it. They found a stable orbit within 6 years, possibly. It says the study concluded that a triple system for Sirius could not be fully eliminated, but the probability was low. And that kind of, to me, that goes with that Cerebus, the three-headed dog. Is that his name? It's like a three-headed dog, but it has like one brain. So you have the three dogs. And I think that's also like a parable or whatever for your brain, where you have the three different main sections of your brain. Hold on, I gotta clean these links up. I'm getting lost. Another thing I see like I've seen a lot of like potheads talk about is that they'll say like, oh, aliens came from Sirius to give us cannabis. It says here cannabis is a Greek word, though its origins are African, that translates to two dog. And the two dog star was the home of the two dog plant, cannabis, like canna, like canine, and I would assume bis, like by, two, cannabis. And now you know why when this dude's on Joe Rogan, that's why they got him hitting the weed. It was probably that fake Delta 8 probably. But they got to resonate this with them too, because it's the two dog. This guy's the dog man, basically, not the myth of the dog man, but you also have what's called the dog days of summer. So this is like basically 1 month after Elon's birthday is June 28th. So from July 21st to August 19th, that's considered the dog days of summer, the hottest days of the year. It says it's what they call helical rising of the star system Sirius, so when it comes above the horizon in the summer. Here it says July 3rd to August 11th, so I don't know what the exact dates are, or if it's different every year. Here it says in China. I don't know why it says China on my thing for these dates. But maybe this will be a time to like watch, because he turned 50, his wife's 33, and then you have these days here coming up. Whether it's something on his birthday or on these days, I would look for some kind of storyline to play out. And it doesn't have to be anything like major or big, but just kind of like a nod to it from the mainstream. Like, this is the dude. They want you to believe he's either, somehow associated with Sirius. That's how he's able to do all this. And that's why he's so smart. If you look it up, they tell you his IQ is 155. If you look up Ted Kaczynski, they say his IQ is 167. That's if you want to check out that video I just made of Terrence McKenna playing the role of Ted Kaczynski. I'll have that card pop up here. You can watch that later. But according to then, if you believe in IQ and all that, this guy's way smarter than Elon Musk, and he decided to just bug out in a cabin. So maybe that should tell you something. Got Elon Musk and Dogecoin. Also, there's the Elon, obviously, you guys have probably heard of it, but might as well keep it all together on one thing. There was the 1953 book by Werner von Braun. And it said a scientist predicted a man named Elon would go to Mars. So that right there kind of proves that the whole life career of this guy is designed for this. A 1953 book, Mars Project, by famous rocket scientist Werner von Braun, says the leader of Mars shall be called Elon. Someone pulled the original German manuscript out of the archives to debunk this myth, only to confirm that von Braun did indeed predict he would be called Elon. And I've never read it or anything, but I've heard people say that the Elon means or it's more like a title, like Lord or something, or like Pope, basically, kind of like he would be the Pope of Mars. It's not necessarily a man in this book. That's what I remember when I looked into this one. And yeah, Elon talks about he wants to die on Mars or have his, body or something buried on Mars. Is what he talks about. And I wonder what the connection between Mars and Sirius is, if there is one, or if he's really saying Mars, if he means Sirius or what. I don't think he's going anywhere, obviously, but I think they just can't come out and tell you straight out Sirius, though. People will kind of figure it out. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. So he's an Aspie. You got the 50-year orbit. 2-dog weed plant. All right, and then I wanted to kind of get into his family a little bit. There's a little bit about his family, because don't forget, this guy's the god of Twilight, with space, right? And twins, lord of monsters, misfortune, sickness, and deformity. So there's all kinds of sickness and sorrow that kind of surrounds Elon when you look into it, with the 10-week-old baby dying, but also his family. You got this. This is his dad, Elon Musk. Elon's brilliant, terrible father, it says. And I've heard this too, so I don't really know, but I heard that his dad owned an emerald mine. And I was trying to tie in the emerald to those ancient characters, and I wasn't able to do that, but maybe there's something you guys know. If you do, leave it in the comments. But this article here says Elon's dad remains an enigma, a sort of a fairy tale creature trotted out merely as evidence of his son's privileged upbringing. It's a question that has stumped writers for years and will apparently continue to do so as long as Elon remains a fixture in the zeitgeist. Even intrepid tech and business columnist Ashley Vance had a hard time pinning Errol down, both as the source and the patriarch of the Musk family, when researching the book Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and the quest for his fantastic future. Whenever the topic of Errol arrives, members of Elon's family clam up, Vance wrote. They're in agreement he is not a pleasant man to be around, but they have declined to elaborate. When Vance reached out to Errol himself, he only responded via email. So is he even a real person? However, while piecing together reporting in various interviews may not offer up a holistic picture of this contentious father figure, or the short family life the Musks experienced in South Africa, it does shed light on some of the lore regurgitated on Twitter. And Elon on Twitter says he didn't own an emerald mine. Elon says, I worked my way through college. I ended up $100K in student debt. I couldn't even afford a second PC at Zip2. That was one of his early companies that got bought by Compaq, I think. So programmed at night and website only worked during the day. Where's this BS coming from? He tweeted that on my birthday, 2009. It says in 2019. In 2019, Musk confronted the Twitter talking points about his father's mine and everything. It says, however, Errol's involvement in a lucrative mining operation and Elon having to pull himself up by his bootstraps are not mutually exclusive. As Vance wrote in his book, Elon Musk, the family owned one of the biggest houses in Pretoria thanks to the success of Errol's engineering business. a business that included large projects such as office buildings, retail complexes, residential subdivisions, and an Air Force base. Elon even admitted his father is brilliant at engineering, despite being an overall terrible human being. And in an interview with Errol from 2018, British tabloid Mail on Sunday wrote, Musk Sr. was a millionaire before the age of 30. So maybe they want you guys to believe that this family is like extraterrestrials or something like that. The parents divorced in 1979, 9 years after getting married. And it wasn't until the mid-1980s that the emerald mine in question came into the picture. So Elon was still, 10, 15 years old when the emerald mine came in, so who knows if he got any of that money, though. Details of the mine stem from stories published on Business Insider South Africa from journalist Philip DeWitt that rely on Errol Musk's personal account. According to him, Errol became half owner of an emerald mine in Zambia in the 80s, though he doesn't specify a year. And he got emeralds for the next 6 years. That story was preceded by an even more unbelievable one, in which he spoke of Elon and his brother Kimball selling some of the precious stones to Tiffany & Co. on 5th Avenue off the street. So Tiffany's will just let you kids walk in with a bag of emeralds and buy them. Yeah, I don't believe that. It says, other than that first-hand account, there's not much to be found to corroborate this story. But the counterpoint to the obvious fact that the Musks were well off financially, especially considering their status as a white family in apartheid South Africa, is that Elon, his siblings, and May had to free themselves from Errol's abusive relationship. As Maya Kozoff wrote in of May's recent memoir, that's his mom, Errol was physically, financially, and emotionally manipulative and abusive. When May extricated herself from the marriage, she remembers eating peanut butter sandwiches and bean soup, not coasting on riches from an emerald mine. That's what every woman says. Oh, I didn't even see this part when I just kind of skimmed through this article when I was preparing. I didn't see this though. It says, did he murder someone in South Africa? According to Vance's book, Errol Musk's family lived in South Africa so long they claim an entry in Pretoria's first phone book. Musk is not reticent about his allegiances either, telling the Mail on Sunday, I refused to live in the U.S. I tried it and I came back home, even though he says his home country has more violent crime. In both the Mail and 2017 profile of Elon in Rolling Stone, Errol confirmed that he has been involved with it himself. According to the elder Musk, he shot and killed 3 people who broke into his home in Johannesburg, a crime for which he was reportedly charged with manslaughter, but eventually acquitted on the basis of self-defense. So did he kill 1 or 3 people? And then here's the crazy part. Gets into it a little here, but so this was his stepdaughter, Errol Musk. Elon Musk's estranged father, Errol Musk, has confirmed he has welcomed a baby with his stepdaughter, Jana, whatever this last name is, Jana B. So he was with Jana's mother, Heidi, when Jana was just 4 years old. What the heck, dude? On to Elon here. Elon's dad confirmed he has welcomed a baby with his stepdaughter, Jana. The couple... he raised her... He was married to his mom for 18 years. They had 2 children. Errol, 72, said he didn't consider his 30-year-old Jana as his stepdaughter because despite marrying her mother when she was a small child, she was raised away from him for long periods of time, according to the Sunday Times. Musk Sr. also suggested that it was God's plan that led him to having a child with Jana, who reportedly got in touch with him after splitting from her boyfriend. We were lonely, lost people, Errol told the Sunday Times. One thing led to another. You can call it God's plan or nature's plan. Now that's the look of a 72-year-old not shooting blanks right there. That's how you look. You're like, yeah. So he's knocking up a 30-year-old. My man. Hold on, I got the chat here, but it's lagging on me. There we go. When Jana called Errol 2 months later to say she was pregnant, Errol requested a DNA test to confirm that he was the father. They called Murray, and Murray said, you are the father. Jana's a delightful girl and wonderful mother. She said I had changed her life, he added. Yeah, she hit the lottery there. She trapped this dude. He also described their 10-month-old son as an exquisite child. Musk doesn't live with Jana and their son, Elliot Rush, but is helping to support them. According to Mail Online, Errol initially told his daughter Ollie about the new baby, but she was upset by the news and called him insane, mentally ill. She told the others and they went berserk, Errol disclosed to the Mail Online. Elon called him a terrible human being. And Elon was a co-founder of PayPal, the PP. Elon said Errol's guilty of almost every crime you could possibly think of and had done almost every evil thing you could possibly think of. My dad will have a carefully thought out plan of evil, he added to the publication. He will plan evil. Errol denied his son's comments and said he had never intentionally hurt or threatened anyone or been charged with anything except for an incident when he shot dead 3 armed people who broke into his home. So 3 triple sacrifice. He was later cleared of all charges on the grounds of self-defense. Dang. This is Elon's mom. Mae Musk. So she was a model back in the day. Now, this got to be Glenn Close, right? Is this Glenn Close? It looks like her. Let's see. Here's Glenn Close. Definitely a creature here. Here's Elon's mom. That's, man, come on. Can't fool me. Let's see her back in the day. Let's see what kind of heat she was toting. Oh, here she is here. Oh yeah, look at her. So Elon came out of there, huh? That's his mama. He's got a brother that's started a business with him. I was just looking at a little bit into his family to go with this Cholotl, you know, the misfortune and everything. So the one thing I didn't find I can see how all this other stuff plays into the Elon character, but I didn't see where it says deformities. So that's something to look for maybe later in his life. Maybe, I mean, I could speculate on anything, but we'll see if he gets some kind of deformity later in life. You know, maybe he'll take that, what is it called? The Neuralink or something. Or if anything happens, we'll see if he gets some kind of weird deformity. That would pretty much complete everything that character resonates with him with. Kimball Musk is this dude. Yeah, this dude is definitely a character-looking guy. And see, he wears that cowboy hat. They all have these little things like that, so you remember him. He looks like a character. And they started, now he owns a bunch of, like, restaurant stuff. Family of community restaurant concepts that are in Chicago, Colorado, Cleveland, Memphis, and Indianapolis. And this guy, what was the one he helped him find? Oh, this guy here, he currently sits on the boards of Tesla and SpaceX. He was on the board of Chipotle Mexican Grill from 2013 to 2019. He is the younger brother of Elon and major Tesla shareholder. Here it is. In 1995, he co-founded software company Zip2 with his brother Elon, which was acquired by Compaq for $307 million in 1999. This dude's only 48 here. He's running all kinds of kitchens and stuff, it sounds like. And then this is Elon's sister here, Tosca. And she's a South African filmmaker, executive producer, and director of feature films, television programs, and web content. Pretty crazy, man. I never heard of that that story of Elon Musk, like dad knocking up his own stepdaughter or whatever. That's pretty messed up. Glenn Close. I think that's pretty much it, man. So basically, like, you got Elon Musk, and then they resonate all this energy of these characters on him, the Dog Star, Sirius, and all that stuff. So let's look into this as he's about to turn 50, June 28th, and then shortly thereafter, the next month or two, you'll have called the Dog Days of Summer. We'll see if anything goes down with this guy during that time. I think that's it tonight, man. I'm going to shut it down. Anonymous did call this guy out. So I'll play this. I mean, Anonymous is goofy, right? It's silly. But I'll play this as we're heading out, man. They're threatening him. So we'll see if anything comes of that. But thanks to everyone that was in here, man. I appreciate your guys' time. I'm going to play this last clip of Anonymous talking trash to Elon. And then I'm going to shut it down. But I will see you guys soon. And I appreciate your time. Peace out.
And for years. It is also obvious to the young children working in your overseas lithium mines, which are destroying the local environment as well. You have been open about your willingness to stage coups in order to install dictators in places where your toxic products are being mined. You have even prematurely crowned yourself Emperor of Mars, a place where you will be sending people to die. Your fanboys overlook these issues because they are focused on the potential good that your projects can bring to the world, but you are not the only show in town, and your competition is growing more intense with each passing day. There are plenty of other companies working on space exploration and electric vehicles. You are just the only CEO who has gained a cult following through and trolling the world on social media. In fact,
Anonymous cares so much that they will censor their videos here.
Many people are now learning that the vast majority of Tesla's income doesn't actually come from selling cars, it comes from government subsidies, selling carbon tax credits for your innovation with clean energy. This technically isn't your innovation though, because you aren't actually the founder of Tesla, you simply purchased the company from two people much more intelligent than you are, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. Tesla has also made more money holding Bitcoin for a few months than they did in years of selling cars. It is also more than likely that this Bitcoin was purchased with money from these government subsidies. It is now widely believed that you have been forced to denounce your company's involvement with Bitcoin in order to keep that green government money flowing into Tesla's coffers. The energy use argument about proof-of-work mining is a very nuanced conversation that requires a fairly complex understanding of how power grids work, and how excess energy is wasted by power companies, and sought out by crypto miners. This is a conversation that you have been having for over a year and were intimately aware of, but as soon as your main source of income was threatened you pretended to be clueless in an attempt to play both sides of the fence. Then, your move to create a Bitcoin miner council was rightly seen as an attempt to centralize the industry and take it under your control. Reading from the comments on your Twitter posts, it seems that the games you have played with the crypto markets have destroyed lives. Millions of retail investors were really counting on their crypto gains to improve their lives. This is something that you will never understand because you were born into the stolen wealth of a South African apartheid emerald mine and have no clue what struggle is like for most of the working people in the world. Of course, they took the risk upon themselves when they invested, and everyone knows to be prepared for volatility in crypto, but your tweets this week show a clear disregard for the average working person. As hard-working people have their dreams liquidated over your public temper tantrums, you continue to mock them with memes from one of your million-dollar mansions. You may think you are the smartest person in the room, but now you have met your match. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. Expect us.
So lame. Peace out, you guys. Thanks.